works so easily now. I just cannot even believe it. Oops, mute. Marjorie, yes, you made it. Hey, AHT. Beautiful people. Let me get set up here because, you know, I cannot multitask. My brain can Why? Why? Okay, that's good. Oop, I hear people. Okay, let me get back to this. No, that's the wrong place. It's the wrong place. Let's go here. Can I see you guys? Can I see you now? Hi, you guys. Hi, you guys. Happy birthday, someone. Whose birthday? Happy birthday. Hi, Jean. Hi, Elizabeth, Liz, Mother Fire, Connie. Oh, happy birthday, Marjorie. Wow. Hi, Clarence. Hey, room, he says. Hey, Rick Gonzalez. Yeah, I'm finally on. There's a lot been going on, huh? Yes. Hi, Carmen, Lucienne, Mods. Happy rainy day in Oregon, Bev, Sharon, Juno. Okay, I had to hop on quickly. I know like Sunday seems to be like the really big day that everybody goes live. Just a moment. This is too tall for me. But this, I had to come back to because we have such a big day tomorrow. I don't know, seems like something's going on in the heavens, maybe an eclipse or so in Sagittarius. Really important because at this new moon, you guys know we make our new moon wishes intentions. I'm planning to be live during the eclipse because I think it's midday tomorrow. So there's that. But there's so much that has happened this past month. We need to wrap up before we move on to this next eclipse because it'll give us a really great idea on all the things we're already letting go of with Photos. I mean, that's how this eclipse is set up. The new moon is conjunct the south node of the eclipses. So the sun's path around Earth's crust. You know what? I'm going to get a visual for you guys really quick. Hey, Ken, I'm live. Okay, another prop that I have. Hi, you guys. Hey, Larry girl. Hi, Leslie. Yeah, so I have a prop. And that's kind of cool. It's a globe. It's not a globe of the Earth. It's actually a globe of all the constellations. Okay? And it's kind of cool because along it has like the dates, like so the skies are like on kind of parallels the Earth, how the Earth is on its axis. So this globe of the heavens and the constellations kind of reflect Earth's orientation in space. Just a second. It's a weird glare. So is this. Oh, gosh. Okay. So, what happens? So do you kind of see this line here? It kind of goes up, across, up, down. So let's just say if this were the Earth, this is the sun's path across the planet, if it were the planet. These are the constellations, not our planet. So you see how it kind of goes up and down. That's because when it goes really down low here, this is winter. In fact, this point, that's December 20th, the first day of winter, the first day of Capricorn. This is the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction day. But then, like, we get more sunlight, and this is the path of the sun. Like, here's the equator. And it gets all the way up here. That's the first day of summer, okay? So the sun has a path like this. Well, when we have eclipses, the sun kind of makes a marker on the Earth's crust because everything is energy. The sun beams its energy, its magnetic pull. The moon has a magnetic pull on the Earth. It's like they make these fault lines at these eclipses. So right now, the north node or the new moon eclipses are in the sign of Gemini. So that's kind of like marked over here. Well, we're not in Gemini. We're not at the end of spring. We are at the end of fall. I'm going to keep my finger on this over here. And so that actually brings us, where is it? Over here. I'm going to put my finger there. That brings us right around here for the eclipse. So if you can see that, my finger here, this is the north node. This is the south node of the eclipses. On the sun's path, the ecliptic path on the planet. Okay? This is the ecliptic path, the sun from winter to summer. So we have these nodes marked here in Gemini and Sagittarius. When we had the Cancer Capricorn eclipses, this was the north node and the south node was back over here. Okay? But we are dealing with the south node and the north node, and we're having an eclipse right with the south node, which is associated with a full moon. I know we're not having a full moon eclipse, but this is just the marker for the full moon eclipse. And so it's a full moon eclipse that gives it the south. The north node is the new moon eclipse of this path. So we are having a new moon eclipse, but it's over here at the south node. I know it's kind of confusing, but when you have a south node eclipse, especially a new moon, that means this is the stuff you're releasing. You're letting go. Things just kind of naturally just give way. They kind of evaporate. So things that are evaporating at this new moon solar eclipse includes the sun. The sun represents Photis, Don Julio. He has been losing his grip He's just been, I just want to, I don't want to say how things, they de-thread, they come unwoven. What's the word I'm looking for? That's already happening. He is literally just hanging on by a thread, even if it's that much, because I don't even think he has that much access. But he's done, especially with this new moon eclipse, okay? But what I really want you to know is we're heading into this new moon eclipse, and everything that we're letting go of, aside from him, is Photos. Sagittarius also represents law enforcement and the law. So we're letting go. The law is letting go of Don Julio. Hello, he lost 2 cases by SCOTUS just this week and 60 other cases. The law is letting go of the sun. It's letting go of the leader. Same with law enforcement. Law enforcement is letting go of some of their leaders and the way they do things. We also, Sagittarius has to do with philosophy. We're talking about extremists here. Who were the extremists in our streets yesterday? The P-boys, all that gross stuff. We're letting go of that philosophy and belief. They're also trying to hang on. The other thing that's being let go of, foreign lands, foreign countries, lands far away. Those relationships are being let go of with the Photos, with the law, the way things have been. And now remember, we haven't had a north node over here in Gemini since just after 9/11. Oh no, am I buffering? Just a second. Oh, my fingers are stuck. So, let me catch up real quick, okay? Because something's not right here. Okay. Oh, yes. Love and light to Clarence's mom. Okay. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Annie. Okay. So we're letting go of a lot of things, which means we're clearing out a lot of space to create the new. And this past month, this Scorpio moon, which has been active even right now, has done so much work for us. It's mind-boggling. Think of all the things that have been brought to light, especially this past week or like the week before. I don't know if you guys recall this, and I do not have my Scorpio new moon chart handy with me, but the one thing that I was totally freaked out, I was like, you guys, you don't get how big this is. That our whole lunar cycle was going to work so hard because the chart, you know, is like this. East, west. Sun rises, sun peaks at the day, it sets, and then it's night. This is your gravitational pull, the very bottom of the chart. At that new moon, I was freaking out because I'm like, you guys, at the very bottom of this chart that Scorpio was going to work on all month for us, that would be hitting Donald between the eyes like a 2x4 every single day. And it's the thing he's been pounding the drums of every single day. What the thing he's trying to defend to the teeth, it was his part, the Arabic parts, of fraud. Remember that? I was like, the gravitational pull in Washington, D.C. for this month is going to be about Don Julio's fraud. All the fraudulent things he's done in the past, all the fraudulent things he's trying to cover up, and now all the fraud he's trying to defend. And I was like, you guys, not only is DC just going to be engulfed in this whole thing about fraud, Don Julio's fraud, it's going to pick up his part of karma. ahead of it, because that was at 14 Scorpio, which was conjunct the Uranian planet Poseidon, the depths of the ocean, the emotions, the global world water oceans, the deepest depths of karma were springing up. And that was like right over here. So as Scorpio went through its lunation, Poseidon picked up all the karma. It went under the lower heaven, and it just pushed these currents and floods of fraud that we are up to our ears with everywhere, and his people trying to defend the fraud. Hello, stop the seal. That's what I promised would be brought to light. Now, we've got this karma and this fraud that Scorpio beautifully cleared out for us. And we have a new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius, optimism, cheer, but conjunct the south node down here. It's letting go of the sun. It's letting go of him. This new moon eclipse is primed for our intentions of how we're going to let go of him like that, how we're going to let go of foreign enemies, how we're going to let go of bad attorney generals, how we're going to let go of law enforcement and the laws and the fraud and overseas fraud and contracts and the money and the negotiations, because the north node where we're headed with these eclipses for like the next months is going to be addressing money and contracts. So that is being raised. That's the direction. Money and contracts, negotiations. What are you doing? Fraud. So this new moon eclipse tomorrow, we get to rewrite this story. And like I told you at the new moon in Scorpio, the possibilities are endless. Nobody knows what's happening with this upcoming Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. There are no rules. There are no limits. People might try to say they know it's going to happen and they might try to influence. No, this is a tabula rasa. We rewrite this. That's why we rewrote and wrote for hours and days all of those new moon wishes in Scorpio, because we knew we were transforming the world. I think some of you are still writing those wishes. I couldn't do it anymore because the energy was just so much on my system. But we're picking up from there. We've already pre-paved this eclipse. So that's why we need to just I need to fine tune this and share with you exactly what we are releasing. And this Wuhan, Woo H asteroid. What a discovery. Let me get a drink of water real quick, check in with you, and we're going to pick up from there. How are you guys doing? Hi, Jean. Hi, T-Barb. I hope you get that promotion, too. I know. Okay, Todd Douglas, that Russia hacking in the news? What have we been talking about for so long? How many videos do I have out there about the Rostelecom? Since February. Since February, we've been on this about how they hijacked our Amazon, Disney, all of our major streaming services. All of that traffic was redirected to Rostelecom, Russia's telecommunications, was momentarily redirected last February, I think 22nd, or that's when I did the videos. Nobody talked about that. All of it was rerouted. We've also talked about Governor Whitmer on April 22nd. Liberate Michigan. It all ties together. How NBC network went down. It's all connected, and now it's finally coming to the surface. I'm very glad to hear that they know it's Mnuchin and Ross, because it's the commerce and the treasury, because I've been seeing it all over in the background, how they help facilitate this stuff. Okay, I'm so worried I'm going to buffer because I'm saying a lot of words that YouTube doesn't like, but we love YouTube so much. Thank you, YouTube. Okay. Hi, Keisha. It's been so long. Yes. Okay. I'm so glad this is coming to light before the eclipse. And interesting that would happen today, because we're still not at this new moon. The moon oh man. Oh, okay. I just got dizzy. You guys. We talked about this. Holy shit. Oh my God. The moon right now is 13. I am dizzy. Just more evidence. Okay. You guys, this stuff goes back to 9/11, I swear to God. 9 or 11er. I'm switching gears. We have to talk about this Russia hacking news that came out, because it's in this chart. This was the Sagittarius Virgo third quarter moon on December 7th. The sun was 16 degrees over here. The moon was 16 degrees over here in the area of communications. Mercury again. The moon has since moved under here. When it went under here, a couple days in, that's when there were all those lawsuits. But when it came over here in the last couple days is like the SCOTUS judgments and then the protests. Well, what's happened? So this North Node in Gemini is addressing contracts, money negotiations. When the moon came over here, at this third quarter moon, Mercury, which is the ruler of the North Node, communications, contracts, negotiations, it's right here. So the moon, in the past 10, 12 hours, picked up Mercury. What did we find out? Mercury, communications, internet, came to light. We're still in the Scorpio moon. Came to light. The moon right now is about 13 degrees Sag. So it's the exact midpoint of Mercury and the sun. When you get midpoints like this, there's so much synergy there. It amplifies the forces that are working and how things come into multi-dimensional life for all of us and manifest. This is so incredibly important because we're at the end of this lunar cycle. We are heading into an eclipse tomorrow. And this is the last new big news that's really coming in. And that's setting the tone for this eclipse. So we will know to expect to, with our intentions, releasing hacking, releasing crony relationships that kind of leave things vulnerable for enemies to walk in and take things that don't belong to them, especially from overseas. But this is why my head is dizzy, because this 13 degrees moon right now and this news is reaffirming what we found out about the asteroid Wu-H. Woo-woo. This asteroid Wuhan Wu-H is so deadly. It has such a deadly history. I've been researching what the heck is it about this city that makes this asteroid so deadly. It kind of reminds me of, like in China and their culture, they have the dragon, like in those parades, and you see the dragons kind of moving out and around and swirling. That dragon energy, it feels like it has that dragon energy, but this area has been around for thousands of years, so it has this history, but it has a history in war and attacks. And this asteroid keeps playing out in our U.S. history in things that have caused incredible devastation. For example, at the 1918 plague, March 3rd, do I have that? I might not have it. Too many charts. USA, where are you? Anyway, in the 1918 pandemic, March 3rd was the first recorded case. On that day, this Wu H asteroid was at 27 degrees Capricorn. 27 degrees Capricorn in the United States chart is conjunct the planet Pluto. Death, destruction, devastation. Wu H asteroid is deadly. It creates like waves of destruction and death. Not just like an attack. No, we're talking like wars. That is the quality of this asteroid. And so going to that, when we look at Pearl Harbor during that attack, we got dragged in there. That Wu H asteroid was at 29 degrees Scorpio. That is an anaretic degree. It's life-taking. Pearl Harbor happened. We were struck. We got dragged into the war. But what you have to understand, the other thing that was there, U.S. natal asteroid Boehner was right there. Boehner has to do kind of with serendipitous things, that when there's chaos, you can organize and create order. So it's a sensitive point in the USA chart that if we're going to have something chaotic happen, serendipitously, great things can happen. We can get out of that chaos and get ourselves organized and moving. So it's kind of like a chaotic serendipitous point at 28 degrees. But at Pearl Harbor, this asteroid Elatus was conjunct Boehner. The mythology, briefly, is that Elatus was a centaur who was killed in a battle with a bunch of their friends. So now we kind of have this serendipitous event where our friends, our allies, are getting killed. And here comes Pearl Harbor with the deathly blow with the Wu H asteroid. Dragged us into war. Let me get some more water. When we talk about 9 or 11, this, I promise you, is getting back to this, okay? We have to know the history of the Wu H asteroid. On 9 or 11, the Wu H was at 11 degrees Leo. Again, this ties to the planet Pluto, death and destruction, because George W. Bush and Bill Clinton have their natal Pluto at 11 degrees Leo. So this attack on America was more an attack on those presidents and what they stood for. And in the shadows at 10 Leo is Donald's Pluto. Not quite there yet. He hasn't quite caught up with the big boys, but he knows what's going on, right? That's also important because Don Julio has a very intimate relationship with 9 or 11. I didn't know. I just tried to look the other way because I'm like, I don't want to go on that conspiracy for the last couple years. always knew the Russia was there, like funding the people who learned how to fly, those groups. But last week, I think it was my last live, this is where it got blown wide open. I'm like, they're all freaking involved. That was a huge moment. And so what happened with this chart related to the Wu H asteroid, death and destruction, and we knew it would be active somehow, and I think today we finally found out how, because I was throwing terrascopes in the background, is because at this terrascope, this quarter moon that we just had, the sun was at 16 degrees Sagittarius. Don Julio, his natal Wu H asteroid is 16 degrees Sagittarius. So we're going to find out about his Wu H, his warring, destructive ways more intimately, because the Wu H asteroid, it's destruction, but modern times, this century, it's about world war type of destruction. World war players are involved against the U.S. in very provocative ways and hidden ways. So this was going to be a clear thing that happened with Don Julio being affiliated with this deadly Wu H asteroid. And what just put me over the top, and you do not have to understand anything about astrology, but you do know that the sky is divided in 12 parts. And like wherever you have a division, whatever this part, this place represents, like food, health, it's like that cusp is the strongest point of the energy that feeds it and dictates how that theme is used or expressed, okay? So these lines, they're called house cusps, are so important because they dictate how this plays out day to day and forever after. So in this chart, this cusp in Scorpio, this is the 5th house. The 5th house, I keep saying 5th house of the sun because the 5th house of the sun is what represents the leader of a nation. So in Washington, D.C., what's happening at this cusp, the most powerful point, dictates what the POTUS is doing. So we have Wu H asteroid, Donald's, conjunct the sun. He's a leader. This is going to also be related to other leaders of other nations because it's in Sagittarius, lands far away. Got it? In Russia's chart, this point for the 5th house, their leader, is 15 degrees Sagittarius, 53 minutes. Think about that. Let's just call it 16 degrees and round up. So Russia's 5th house cusp, what the president does is 16 degrees Sagittarius. Conjunct the sun, conjunct Donald's natal Wu H asteroid, the deadly worldly war dragon asteroid. So you got the Russia and the Donald there. This axis is the same. You know, so if you have Leo here, you have Aquarius here. Whatever your sign is, you know what your opposite is. Like I'm a Scorpio, the opposite is Taurus. But they have a function that they serve together, okay? If you're looking at the body, the Leo is the heart, Aquarius is a circulation. They work together. They're on the same continuum. So when you have a leader here, the sun over here, these are the friends and wishes and dreams that they have, that they wish to complete. So over here, feeding the friends of Russia, just a second, when we look at China, just a minute. I'm live. I cannot talk. Shh. Goodbye. Goodbye. He thinks he's all that. My Yankee Doodle Dandy. Anyway. So when you have your friends over here, I'm the leader. My friends over here. China's chart for their leader and their friends and what they do, their innovation, was exactly at 15 degrees Sagittarius, 53 minutes. Russia's was 15 degrees Sagittarius, 53 minutes. Donald's is at 16 degrees, 19 minutes. That quarter moon was at 16 degrees, 12 minutes. They're all connected. They're all involved with a 9er, 11er, also with this WH asteroid that is causing worldly. This is like a World War III, you guys. You can call it information, you can call it hacking, you can call it cyber, you can call it a bio weapon. They're all in on it. And so this Scorpio lunation, we're still in it until tomorrow, helped expose this conspiracy. Okay? When we have this eclipse, what are we letting go of? What is it that we seek for our nation to get rid of, to lose, besides the POTUS and these friends? This is in our power, you guys. Please don't forget this. The other thing it exposed is that for Don Julio, this area, oh no, I'm buffering. Let me try again. Hold on. Oh, I'm back? Okay. Okay, so I'm back. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry it's so confusing. Okay. So the astrology said this week, Donald also needed a lot of luck and increase in support. So they had all those cases they filed. The GOP got back behind them. What this did was it made the rest of the nation crazy, outrage, which they need to thrive on our outrage. Kushner says that outrage is what drives the message. Controversy drives their message. So the more controversy they can put out there, it'll drive their message on what they need. His followers have a really clear message. We have to defend and help him because it's being stolen. So part of using this Wuhan asteroid, these warring tendencies, these confusing tendencies, this dragon energy of the unexpected, is to drum up controversy, divide and conquer by getting his MAGAs and his P-boys out there. He needed to do that because all the stuff that's also been coming out. I talked a little bit about that before with the South Carolina. Please go to the DOJ, their website, and go look up that bust that came out. Because there's a lot of people in Congress and the GOP that are aligning with that. Kind of the cartels. It's not good. So that's what we were seeing this week. He was really activating this WH asteroid to get some traction and get going. But guess what? We're in eclipse weather. We're letting go of you, Don Julio. We're letting go of all of you. And the thing is, he was born under an eclipse. And I think that's why he senses it and knows it. He knows he's done. Everything is unraveling. It's unspooling. Unspooling. Remember that crazy word, unspooling? He's unspooling last July. He unspooled. It's been done. Okay, let me check in with you guys really quick. Okay. Hi, you guys. Yeah, I know, Joe Ty, exactly. It's so bad. Yes. Okay. We're good. Think he was Deseret, you kill me. Think he was born under a hamburger? I think he wishes he was. Okay. So this Wu on the Wu H, the Woo Woo asteroid, man, it is so this asteroid I will forever be following. But there's like over 1 million asteroids, you guys. But you know what's cool? I was looking at asteroids again. And this is the good news I have to share with you related to his inauguration. I'm like, let's go back to the inauguration chart. And let's look at his chart and see what was going on. So way back, January 20th, 2017, this was the horoscope. If this is you standing right here in Washington, D.C., the sun is rising over here in the east. New beginnings, happiness. The sun gets to its peak. It's over you. Your highest point of the sun, what to achieve. Think of the highest day of summer. It's hot. The sun's bearing down on you. This is as far as we go. This is as far as we grow. And everyone can see the sun and the heat above. And then as we head towards fall, or in the day the sun sets, that's fall right there. And when we come home, we have dinner, we have our meals, we share our time, and laugh and love with one another. Partnerships. The sun sets, we review the day, take care of our bodies, daily routine. This is Virgo. But when the sun sets, and now it's on the other side of the world, we cannot see it. We cannot see anything here. And this point, the highest point of the sun, the lowest point of the sun, that's like midnight. This is and when I talk about gravitational pull, that's why. That's the lower heaven, where all of the energy centers on that particular place. This is where all the forces above in the sky bear down. Okay? So this was the chart. In the east, 16 degrees Taurus. This is it's money ruled. At the top of the chart, 28 degrees Capricorn, you guys. This 28 degree mark keeps showing up in major points in the USA history. The descendant, 16 degrees Scorpio. We're just coming out of that energy. So when I am looking at this chart, this is so funny. You're going to love this. So when I was looking at the top of the chart, the 28 degrees Capricorn mark in this chart, on that day, so this is 28 degrees 11 minutes. There's 60 minutes in a degree. This is 28 degrees 42 minutes. So this asteroid is smack dab like glue on this point of the chart, the highest point. So it means everyone can see it. This asteroid Iris is a truth teller. It's like where you drink the serum and you're forced to tell the truth. Well, he didn't tell the truth. We all knew what the truth was. He couldn't ever get away from the truth. That is what his inauguration was tied to. The flipping truth. That is what our whole nation has been focused on, is the truth. The world can see that guy's a big fat liar. Yeah, he's a big fat liar. And across the world, they see the truth. This is just such a bright light. Truth serum. But it gets better. The gravitational force at his inauguration, oh my God, I love it. He had, oh my God, where is it? I know it's right there. I have to double check because I don't want to say the wrong thing because it's so cool. Well, I'll just tell you what I think it is. Oh, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here. Okay, so what's bearing down the gravitational force? We've got truth above. At the bottom of his chart, we have Atlantis. That's the forever consciousness. The warning is you're going to suffer destruction if you let greed and money get in the way. That was the warning. Atlantis at the bottom of the chart. And we kept saying, hey, you guys. You know, it's taken a couple of years, but we're finally getting there. 29 degrees is Varuna. I don't know who she is. Now, the thing about this. His inauguration. We have to talk about this too, because you guys know I always talk about the Saturn-Pluto conjunction on November 12th. We're going to have a Saturn-Pluto return around January 10, 11, 12th in January. Please clear your schedules. Just give yourself flexibility because those are going to be some rocking days. But this is the glyph for Saturn. This is Pluto. Now I'm talking about, whenever I say Saturn-Pluto, I mean January 12th, 2020. It was 2 days after an eclipse, so it has eclipse energy. And whenever you're coming into eclipses, like tomorrow, you're activating eclipses for the past 18 months. So we just got to figure out, make sure we know what's going on before we start writing our new moon wishes and intentions, because we want to create the correct thing, right? So back on his inauguration, can you guys believe that? Can you flipping believe this? He had Pluto at 17 degrees Capricorn. Pluto, death, destruction, transformation. Well, hello, at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, 17 degrees Capricorn at the top of the chart, which meant his intentions, Pluto destruction from overseas, bring it to Washington. Thank God we had this Saturn-Pluto conjunction this year. Thank God. This is why 2020 has been so shitty. If we didn't have this Saturn-Pluto conjunction, we would not win, you guys. I am telling you, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction has to do with everything on turning the tides, because Donald has the help of multinational powers to ruin USA. Thank God we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, because on that day, January 12th, that's Donald's Pluto from his inauguration that set the tone. And since then, since January, things have crumbled apart. They've gone one way for some and not others. But believe me, we the people have had the upper hand in this all along, even though it hasn't felt like it, and it's been scary. Saturn-Pluto has not, in my eyes, let us down every time it's made a major click. But here's the thing. Here is a glorious beauty. When we talk about our ancestors, when we talk about our karma, when we talk about what's fated, when we talk about our founding fathers, and we're like, help is here. Because the gravitational pull at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, when I was looking at the asteroids, glory be. 17 degrees Cancer, we have the asteroid that was named for George Washington. I have goosebumps. Our founding father. I will not tell a lie. George Washington is at the foundation of this chart. This chart that promised to change the structure and power of world governments. We've talked about Abraham Lincoln and the Gettysburg Address, and what our promise was to not let democracy perish from this earth has been very prominent. That's why we did all of those new moon wishes in Scorpio, to pick up from Lincoln and that Gettysburg Address that we would not let democracy perish. And here at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, George Washington, then God has been at the wheel helping us out. Oh my God, you know what else happened at this? I need another drink. My mouth is so dry and parched. How are you guys doing? Oh, whoops. Jean, yeah, just like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, we had the power all the time. We do. We do. Oh, Wendy Schneider, Stacey Abrams is thought to be the reincarnation of George Washington. I am going to have to take a look. Oh gosh, you just give me goosebumps. I totally see that. So yeah, Jaybird, we will manifest our democracy to stay. Yes, so when I'll do a live, I don't know what time the eclipse is, but I needed to clear this out before we went forward so that we can think about collectively how we're going to guide this energy, okay? Pay no attention to the guy behind the curtain in his underwear. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So there's that. The other thing, can I tell you the other good news about the Saturn-Pluto conjunction? See, all I've been doing, I've been going back and forth with these charts and the Wuhan asteroid and Pluto. And remember, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. It's one of Scorpio's rulers, and we're still in the Scorpio Lunation. I've been going back and forth between Pearl Harbor, the pandemic, 9/11, the close of World War II, and also, Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Although, oh my God, it's all connected. This Wuhan asteroid is there all the time. So is the Pluto. And then this marker of this 28 degrees Cancer Capricorn that we saw in his inauguration chart. This made me very happy. Let's go back to Pearl Harbor. I was talking here on this day. Oh, speaking of 28 degrees, remember I said this 28 degree mark is so sensitive, 28 degrees Capricorn Cancer. On the day of Pearl Harbor, the moon was 28 degrees Cancer. And then Pluto was right. Well, anyway, 28 degrees Cancer right there. But when Pearl Harbor happened then, remember, this Wu H asteroid was at 29 degrees Scorpio. It hit a really sensitive, serendipitous part of the United States chart. And then the transit asteroid, Elatus, was killed in a battle with his friends. So think of the Allies getting killed in battles. And this was just chaos. And then Wuhan just surged, brought us in. So that was 29 degrees Scorpio. That was very karmic. Well, at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, September 12th, America's got her mojo back. At the sensitive point, Scorpio, 29 degrees, the asteroid America is there. She has the final say. No more world wars. We're at the end of a sign. 29 degrees is anaretic. It can be life-taking. In Scorpio, it's transformational. This is like having the last say, this area of partnerships, even enemies. Having the last say, having the last word on what's going to happen going forward. This is a Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Pluto is one of the rulers of this chart. Pluto is one of Scorpio's rulers, and there is America. We're not taking this anymore. And the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, that asteroid Quaoar, I love that story about the creation through the Tunga tribe, the ancient tribes that were like in the Southern California area, is right there on eclipse energy, because eclipse energy was 4 degrees Capricorn. The WH asteroid was at 1 degrees Capricorn, but it's like Huawar is like, nope, I've eclipsed you. I've usurped your powers. You can't do this crap anymore from overseas. That's good for us. And we also have Pallas Athena nearby. She was at the Galactic Center, you guys. Talk about the rise of the divine feminine and Wonder Woman. She's here to stay too. She is also carrying on the theme of defense and the divine feminine. That was Pearl Harbor. So Donald's got some destructive things going on. George Washington has showed up. Well, in the Saturn Pluto, we've got Atlantis saying, fair warning, you can suffer destruction if greed and money gets in the way. We have the truth teller at the top of the chart. We have 0 degrees Capricorn, 0 degrees Cancer. Remember, on the first day of summer this year, we had a new moon eclipse because the sun was at 0 degrees Cancer. At this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, the first day of winter, when the sun is 0 degrees Capricorn opposite, it's not only going to activate that eclipse, it's going to activate, friends in the area. Which one is? We have 3 asteroids here. One is Nemesis. I'm your nemesis. Who's the nemesis? Diana. Diana is Aphrodite. She is the Wonder Woman. I know Pallas Athena, I call her Wonder Woman. She's the one that guided her through everything in that movie, Wonder Woman, with Marvel. I mean, they're the same group. So it's like Diana, Women's March, women, the divine feminine. We are your nemesis. Hermes is the messenger. That's going to be activated again. Sorry, Charlie, you're out. Oh my God. The China asteroid was conjunct this Pluto. 17 degrees Capricorn on the day Donald was inaugurated. I mean, this is him working with China to undermine and destroy us. But thank God for the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, and thank God for the beginning of the ending eclipse I promised you would take him down. Because that particular eclipse, January 21st, it's like he's getting a dose of his own medicine through the Wu H asteroid. So again, the descendant here in this chart is 16 degrees Scorpio. It's in this area of partnerships. It's in your area of competition, public competition. If you are having a horse race, the horse that has Venus at the closest point of this cusp, that horse is going to win. I don't care if it's a stakes race or just a regular horse race. That horse, if their natal Venus is right there, they're going to win. Shows up every single time. That's the power of the descendant when you have a planet, an asteroid, or maybe like an Arabic part here. It can be so beneficial, but it can be so deadly. For Don Julio at his inauguration, this is 16 degrees Scorpio. On the beginning of the end eclipse for him, that monster lunar eclipse, January 21st, 2019, that Wuhan asteroid was 17 degrees Scorpio. This is his chart. He tried to destroy us, but in the end, he's going to be destroyed. He thought he had things in order. Nope. He's done. He is so flipping done. What's this note here? Okay, yeah, do you want to talk about when he was acquitted by the Senate for inauguration? Let's talk about that. That's in this chart too. On the day of his inauguration, Saturn was at 23 degrees Sagittarius. Oh my God, you guys, that's the eclipse tomorrow. Isn't the eclipse tomorrow at 23 Sag? Holy shit. You guys, he's done. Did I say we're letting go of the POTUS? We're letting, the nation is letting go of the sun. That's his Saturn. Saturn in Sagittarius, which has to do with law enforcement, the law. In this area, this 8th house of life, death, transformation, destruction, other people's money and taxes, his Saturn, where he was trying to hold that stuff down in secret with the law, is getting eclipsed. The DOJ, the Supreme Court, law enforcement, this past week, already given up on him. 60 plus cases. He loses the SCOTUS twice. Please don't tell me I'm buffering. I'm there. Okay. This is the new moon eclipse. So this is another really good focus for us when we do the new moon intentions. He's such a jerk. You guys know he's a jerk. But here's the thing. This day, okay, so when the sun was 16 degrees Aquarius, oh my God, in square to the ascendant and descendant, who we are as a nation and the people, he said, F you. Basically, it's all about me, because he was acquitted. And then he went and sent 17 tons of PPE to China. On that day, Mars, force, strike, aggression, was conjunct this Saturn. When you get Mars conjunct Saturn, that is like diabolical. That's like tyranny. That is just a dictator. That's an assholeo aspect. That happened. So, those are just some things I wanted to clear up. Oh, and lastly, this chart, the solar equilibrium chart, you don't have to know anything about it. It's just that it's another chart, and I just say it for accountability purposes. So those of you who know can go look at it. If you don't know it, ignore it, okay? But this is more information about what Don Julio's been facing. So when I look at that, and I look at the chart for Friday's bad luck with SCOTUS, I'm like, what's going on there? So looked at that more intimately. And the asteroid conjunct that is called Pelion, P-E-L-I-O-N. And that day that the SCOTUS rejected again, after again and again and again, Pelion represents, in the area of this mythology, the highest mountain to climb. The highest, rockiest, most difficult mountain to climb. It's an obstacle. Usually you cannot overcome it. So what it also represents is reality setting in. And that was on Friday. Isn't that nice? So this we have good news. And now I feel complete being able to head into this new moon solar eclipse. So do you guys got any questions? I'll take out some cards and I can answer them. I mean, these are the gross cards, so I'm assuming you're asking me political questions. But this, what was I just going to say? The article that came out about the hacking, we've known. It keeps showing up with the same players. Yada, 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 yada. Okay, so how are you guys doing? Hi there. Hi, Cartomancy. Oh, wait, where am I? Yeah, it is going to take years, Lucian, to unwind all the crimes. And I don't think we want to know all of them. And like PEB Elect said, I don't want to be bogged down by it. We've had enough. We don't want any more of that. Oh, good. I'm glad you're getting your notifications. Okay, something. Are we beginning to sit? I think we've hit the iceberg finally. I thought for a while we were just looking at the iceberg. I think we have hit it. Show me, you know what? Can you show me the Wuhan asteroid right now? What is it doing between Donald, Vlad, and G? Oh, this energy. This asteroid. What's going on, Wu H asteroid? I cannot even think about what this... There's so much activity here. My brain is like going sideways. WH asteroid. What's going on between Don Julio, G, and Vlad? They're working on something. They've got an agreement they're working on. Remember, the Wuhan asteroid is about deadly war, warring plans, strikes, attacks. You guys, I think this stuff goes back to 9 or 11. I swear to God, that's like where it's all, this stuff is pointing towards. Well, what kind of woo? What kind of agreements are they working on? What's at the basis of this? They're working on more spies and espionage. Maybe what to do about the spying news that happened. Because what's crowning all of them? What's crowning all of them? What do they do that they need woo? It's not good news. They don't have good news happening. This, they're kind of Wu H asteroid. What's going to happen? What happened in the past that got them all upset like this? We have the Fool reversed. Well, there's so much foolery. This has, been illegitimate POTUS, Don Julio elected, but now the past is something really, 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 really foolish. Really, really foolish they've all done. Really, like what was a really foolish thing the three of you did? You took action, the Ace of Wands, and you got your Knights of Wands, the cabinets, your people to get out there to go do what? Groups of people to have back channel discussions. Maybe they are talking with the Senate and the Congress, but there's a lot of things and monies they've talked about in the past with him, and they are just really trying, Tower reversed, really trying to delay the outcome of this. Sorry, Charlie, you're going to lose. So, woo asteroid, that's what happened. What is this leading to? In the near future, woo asteroid. Just going to be very quiet, hopefully get away. We can just continue on our way and continue transmitting information, and maybe nobody will notice. I don't think so. Because what's the challenge? Woo asteroid. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. So the challenge is their money and their power. The data and their power, their influence, and who the hand that holds this influence is the challenge. Who really has the power and the influence right now? What are they covered in? What's really... They're kind of engulfed. Oh, well, they're engulfed in the United States of America. She is pissed off. What? Oh, man. Woo asteroid, how do we see you? The Page of Pentacles. This has been the youth vote. This has been data that's been harvested. These are people that carry data. And it's also using data to kind of micro-target, I don't want to say surveillance, but using that with a targeted group of people. But the WH asteroid really's got a lot of moneyed news, data news. I'm guessing that would be hacking. Woo H asteroid, what's the environment like? Oh, it's a cover-up, you guys. You know my yes-no cards. My no is like what someone's supposed to get rid of. So the Woo H asteroid is saying, no, I got to get rid of what? all of the digital armies, all of the trolls, basically all of the receipts. We cannot be tied together because Intel is after us and we have to disguise ourselves so we are not found. That's a problem. Wait, all my cards just dropped out of my hand. Okay, so what they're hoping to do, and that this Wu H asteroid can help them deliver their biggest wish right now, Wu H asteroid. Well, the Ten of Wands reversed is to ease their burdens. That just does not even look like a plan. The Wu H asteroid, what's their biggest fear now? We have the Three of Pentacles, their discussion, their dark money, their agreements. This is even like 3 continents. Dark money, shell money, back channel, all of that. They're afraid this we've known for so long. By the way, President Obama ordered the review on Russia's interference on the election last December 9th, 2016. And in that review, he was requesting interference to be looked at going back to 2008 through 3 different administrations to look at the pattern. These guys have no idea what they have on them. And coincidentally, the other weird thing that happened on that December 9th, 2016, I still can't wrap my head around. That was the day the United States decided to declassify a report that Israel and South Africa apartheid did nuclear testing in 1979. So I have no idea. I thought the Obama administration was pretty busy back then, and to coincidentally on that same day release that information is kind of mind-blowing. I don't know. So what's the next steps they're going to take with this woo. So this has to do 3 things. But when I see this and I'm looking at nations, the queens are countries. Queens with pentacles are nations that have riches. They have minerals, they have assets, they have money. So they're next deciding to go after a nation's wealth, and I have Ethiopia screaming through my head right now. Again, what's this about? We have the Emperor. This is also Mars. The Nine of Pentacles, comfort and security, the oligarchs, and 5 of Swords, winning unfair. I think this has something to do with Ethiopia, you guys, because this is what they're doing in the northern coast. That's been really active in the background. Pay attention to that. What's the final outcome? I know not final outcome because woo-woo is always active, but where's this leading? Oh, this. 4 of Swords, retreat. Don't look here. Don't look. On the bottom, we have the Page of Wands. Bad news, because they stole a bunch of stuff that they're going to have to forfeit related to data and hacking. So they're trying to find a way. Donald, Vlad have an agreement they're trying to work on because they don't have, the 3 of them collectively don't have a lot of access to power and money right now. They're trying to figure out who has the power because there's a very angry, fuming United States, America that is on top of them. At the basis of this is all their espionage activity. They're crowned by bad news. In the past, they did some really dumb things related to their agreements. And they just want to get kind of away secretively. What they've done has yielded a lot of new money, new contacts, new datas, and they are trying to cover up all of their contacts, their digital thumbprints, because Intel is on them. They are hoping they can relieve their burdens, but they're just too much. too much of all the stuff they did. They're fearing it's coming out. It is coming out. So next they're going to try to work on a country's resources and assets and then just try to scurry away like the cowards that they are. So that's that, you guys. Okay? So I am going to call it quits here. We're going to end right here. Thank you, moderators, so much. Mods, you guys have been fantastic. If you could reach out to me somehow and contact me, that would be awesome. It is the season of giving. I would like to be in touch with you guys. And so thank you, moderators. Thank you all. Thank you for spending the portion of your Sunday with me. I really appreciate it. Please remember to hit the like button. Please check your subscriptions. And I will be back tomorrow talking about this eclipse. I feel like we can move forward now, figure out what we're releasing, okay? You guys have a great day. Thank you. Thank you, Larry Girl, T-Barb, Marjorie. Yes, Joy. Thank all mods. Lucian. Yes. Yes. Jean, Nancy, Juno. Thank you. We love YouTube. Yay. Thank you, Steve Myers, Deseret. And tomorrow, verification. Yes. Thank you, Marie. Yes. Thank you. Good night, all. We'll see you later. Bye, Keisha. Wonderful insight. Thank you, Harmony. Okay, Rob D, thank you. Stay safe.